What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, primed and ready to deliver you our Week 4 Team Builder for the AABL. We are joined once again by Jarrett.
What's up?
Now, Jarrett, what was it that you wanted to say to the good people?
Well, if you can't tell, we're wearing the same clothes. We recorded these Team Builders for the last 2 weeks right after each other. And that's actually because we recorded after Week 3's battle, and we had already knew the Crustle picked up. Oh my god!
6 kills, sweet baby!
Oh my
MVP
god.
of the week, baby!
I was
second in kill leaders, baby!
Well, first off, he wasn't MVP of the week. Porygon 2 was, and I don't understand it.
Still salty.
I'm very salty, but
a little bit. But regardless, he's MVP of the week in my heart.
Yes,
and that's all that matters. Well, he was. And he got us play of the week,
yes,
which is always good.
Which is that second
Cell Smash. Woo, I'm still feeling saucy about that play. Woo, that's probably the ballsiest play I've made my entire draft league career. And you know what? I'm not mad. Mad. It worked out.
I was on a bus when he sent me the video, and I'm like, "Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh my god, this is actually happening. This is actually happening."
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
So yeah, last week went well. This week's the first week in like 2 weeks that we actually don't know the outcome.
Yeah, crazy, right?
I know.
But this week we are taking on a Dubnegi? I don't know how exactly he would want me to pronounce that, but it's Doubnegi. Dubnegi. I'm going to go with like double and I don't know. But and his Lansing Leeks. It's a Farfetch'd based team. I like Farfetch'd. Sergeant Duxon's pretty dope.
Farfetch'd.
He is currently sitting at a nice crisp. Where is he at? Over here? Nice crisp. Oh, I'm accidentally moving icons at the bottom of my screen. 0-3.
Okay.
So, mind you, that doesn't mean much.
That doesn't mean anything. Honestly, if anything, it just means he's just going to be playing harder.
Exactly. And also at the same time, like, realistically, anyone can beat anyone on any day. I've seen some crazy things. Like, in the NPBF recently, and I'm sure you'll see it in the recaps that go up on the channel. The one dude went from losing to one of the lowest ranked teams 1 week to beating the, at that point, only undefeated team remaining in the league the following week. You know, so, realistically, anything can happen on any day.
Any given Sunday.
So, this could go horribly wrong. But I have faith.
But, yeah, exactly. You're not coming in overconfident saying, oh,
no, I'm not like,
0-3. No,
he's 0-3, I'm going to blow him away. No. I'm coming in this like, he's 0-3. He might be a little hungry. We're gonna have to be real careful here. His team is not bad by any stretch of the word. His team consists of Manaphy, Ferrothorn, Salazzle, Hoopa, Gastrodon, Ditto, Delibird. Whoo, that's saucy. Woo, that got me feeling all type of way. Just saying Delibird in a draft league. Crazy. In 2018 too. Anyway.
Is that his Tier 5Z?
This is Tier 5Z user.
Good. He's
got the Mega Altaria. He did. They still have it listed as Vikavolt, but he did trade Vikavolt for Electivire, so Electivire is on the team. He's got the Hitmonlee, the Archeops, and the Weavile. And y'all know, I know how Weavile is played. Because your boy has the best Weavile of 2017 and 2018. So, you know your boy is terrified of a good Weavile. Everyone should be terrified of a well-played Weavile, let's be completely honest. Weavile is a terrifying Pokemon and can really, really put a lot of pressure on us and kind of force me to prep a little bit interestingly, and hopefully it pays off in our favor, and yeah.
So start off with how we did last week.
His other Z users, by the way, besides Delibird, are Salazzle and Manaphy.
Yeah, that Firewater Grass core is pretty scary.
Yeah, the Firewater Grass core is kind of just, I mean, it doesn't appreciate Earthquake, but at the same time, like, we don't have that many great Earthquakers, so, like, yeah. and our main Earthquaker isn't coming.
Yeah, so.
Because I couldn't justify bringing Diggersby this week. I couldn't find a way to justify it. And, like, Gastrodon and Manaphy can switch in and out pretty easily, and either one's going to still be a threat, one way or another, so it's going to be an interesting match. Yep. It's going to be a very interesting match, and this interesting match is going to be led by our potential sweeper, and that one of the sweepy sets that I'm hoping works this week. We have two potential sweepers this week. This one I'm hoping works the most, because
the other one's very risky.
The other one's super risky.
Yep.
But it has other usage besides its sweeping potential.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But if it works, I'll be happy. But we have Disco Inferno the Blacephalon rocking the Ghostium Z, Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Grass, and Flame Charge, with the Hasty Nature running enough speed to outpace that Manaphy, max special attack, and then throwing that last 56 into his physical attack. Now, Flame Charge was kind of like a... I was sitting here struggling. I was like, what do I want to run on this thing? Because I knew I wanted to run the Ghostium Z because I saw how much damage it did to Manaphy, so I basically guaranteed that Manaphy could not switch in on us. Mm-hmm. And also, like, if it does that much to Manaphy, I think it does about the same to Gastrodon, because I think like their defense is kind of like balance out that way.
Yeah, and then we have HP Grass.
We also have HP Grass as a way of breaking through it.
Cleaning up. But,
like, if there is no Manaphy, then we can Ghostium Z the Gastro if it comes in. Like, one or the other is coming this week. I would more than... Like, yes, we have the HP Grass. I know, like, it's so tempting to click that 4 times super effective button, but I'm just scared of him being Rindo Mirror Coat and, like, just being like, ha 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 ha, bye. So, I'm trying to be as careful as I can with that, but if I can catch it on a switch with an HP Grass, then that's even better.
Oh, yeah.
So then we just pop the Rindo immediately and not have to worry about it, but regardless,
you just have to hide HP Grass for a while.
Yeah, we're going to have to be sneaky. A little bit of sneaky guy. But the reason we have Flame Charge is because I am deathly afraid of Weavile.
Absolutely.
I am beyond afraid of Weavile. The simplest way of putting this is Weavile, like, if we just go straight ahead and get a kill on something, Weavile pursuit traps us.
Mm-hmm.
So, the way I want to play Blacephalon is I want to get it on something that we could force out. Like, if he has Ferrothorn out early game, and we can get in on a turn that he's maybe going to set up a hazard or something, that's forcing him out. We go Flame Charge immediately, so that if he goes into Manaphy, if he goes into Gastrodon, whatever it is, we're getting that +1 speed. Then we have the Ghostium Z, so that, like, whatever it is, we can nuke it immediately. Yep. Or whatever he goes into, we nuke it, get rid of it, and then that way we're +1 speed. So unless he's a Scarfed Weavile, which, if he's Scarfed Weavile, hats off. Hats off. I'm not even wearing a hat, but I'm taking it off to you. That's beautiful. Well played. Because I would never have expected that to come. Yeah, like, if he brings Scarf Weavile, good on him.
If anything, people bring Banded Weavile, right?
Banded, Life Orb, or he actually doesn't have his Z user, which is insane. Crazy missed potential there. Z Weavile is god tier. But,
so yeah, I mean...
This is kind of it's a safe way of getting past that kind of threat. And, once we get past the Weavile, this thing can just kind of, like, punch holes through things. Mm-hmm. The scary thing about this set, however, is he has Ditto. The only Ditto makes any Ultra Beast terrifying to bring just because of Beast Boost and because of the sweeping that can happen, because everyone knows what Ditto does best. Ditto comes in, says, hey, nice stat boosts. Let me become you and take those.
Our next mon kind of helps with that.
That's the reason why our next mon is showing up this week. And, well, one of the two of our mons, technically. There's 2 mons on our team that can stop this set entirely. And, the first mon that can help with this situation is Tox Apex Predator, the Toxapex. This is our way of stopping our 2 potential sweepers from counter-sweeping us on Ditto's side. Because this thing can, with our special defense investment, can actually swallow just about any hit from at least +1 from Blacephalon, even +2 from our Blacephalon set. We can swallow the hit very effectively, which is very nice. Then we can haze and get rid of the stat boosts, and then the whatchamacallit, the Ditto is no longer a threat as Blacephalon, which is nice. We can also potentially Toxic it and get it start whittling it down, which is even better. So that's a good potential thing we can do. And this thing just overall like can wall a lot of things on this team. You can't set up in front of us at all with things like the Manaphy and stuff like that. So that's really, really cool. So we can just spread Toxics around his team, which is going to be really, really nice to do. I think his only form of Cleric potential is the Altaria.
Yeah. And
realistically, like, if he's bringing Altaria, he's going to probably want to be more of an offensive role. Like, I don't see him bringing, like... I think it gets Heal Bell. I think Heal Bell is the move that it gets for Cleric potential. I'm 90% sure that it gets Heal Bell. If you want to look that up, if you can.
Yeah. I got you.
Because I'm 90% sure it gets Heal Bell. If it doesn't get Heal Bell, then he has no Cleric potential, and that's even better for us, but... Regardless, like, spreading Toxic on his team is really nice. This thing prevents Altaria as well from being a setup threat. If it's Dragon Dance Altaria, we beat it with this. Just overall, he's got a couple things that could set up, and this thing just kind of says no. Hitmonlee is kind of walled by it as well. Just overall, I think this thing provides a nice, solid defensive backbone. And the main reason why this is also being brought is our second sweeper, who is, I believe, actually making their debut this week as well.
They are making their debut. I'm not saying yes about Heal Bell.
Ah, okay. The debut is nice Sexual Chocolate, because if you look at him, you can just see the sexuality on his face. Sexual Chocolate, Mark Henry, the Slurpuff. Citrus Berry, Unburden, Belly Drum, Player Rough, Drain Punch, and Sticky Web. We are rocking Adamant Nature, Max Attack. We are running enough speed that once we get our Unburden boost, we will outspeed up to a +1 Altaria. Realistically, like, speed creep wise, like, I was looking through his team and trying to determine like what I wanted to speed creep. I could not see him bringing a Scarfed Manaphy, because Manaphy's either going to be like a little bit more of a bulkier role, or potentially like a Tail Glow Z-move potential sweeper kind of thing. So I don't see that being that kind of set. Salazzle, I do not see him bringing a Scarf on Salazzle. Salazzle just doesn't fit that kind of mold in my eyes. I just don't think it works. And realistically, like, I don't think he brings Salazzle when we have something like Toxapex literally sitting right there that shuts Salazzle down hard. Unless he wants to try to Toxic stall us.
Being insanely slow, so.
Take your time, we got time. Just overall, like, if I can get up a Belly Drum, the only thing on his team that can actually take the hit, scarily enough, is Salazzle. However, Salazzle's probably not showing up, and is also stupidly frail. So if it's taking any prior damage, it's going to drop.
Yeah.
It's going to drop hard. Like, Drain Punch still does a massive amount to it, even though it's resistance, which is really, really nice. So, not super worried about that. Regardless, like, between Play Rough and Drain Punch, we punch through everything else on that team. And what's key to this is not only can Toxapex wall this if the Ditto somehow finds a way to scoop up this Slurpuff set off of us and try to counter sweep us, but realistically thinking about it, this Slurpuff beats itself as a Ditto, because when the Ditto transforms, right, if he's a standard Ditto set that's bringing like a Scarf or something, if he transforms into this Slurpuff, he will be a choice Scarf.
Blue and Altaria both get Heal Bell.
Okay, good to know. So he does have Cleric potential, but I'm something that I don't think being a Cleric.
5 minutes to look that up.
It's perfectly fine.
Thank you, Cal Internet.
So, realistically, this Slurpuff does beat a Ditto counterpart of it, because with the Unburden, we will be at essentially +2 speed, while since he'll have the choice Scarf, he will only be at essentially +1 speed. So, we will still outspeed, even if he like comes in and tries to copy us. I don't think that it will copy like the speed that we have as an Unburden Mon if it has the item on it. Still.
I don't think this.
So, if I'm 100% right on that, then great. If not, then whatever. He's able to pick up a kill on Slurpuff. What? Roast me in the comments. Please. I always want to be roasted in the comments. Please roast me. I'm begging for it.
I'll roast you.
Please.
I'm going on all your videos and just roast.
Do it. Please and thank you. I love it. Comment on every video.
Look at this coconut head looking boy from Ned's Declassified School Survival.
Dog, I need a haircut. I need a haircut bad. Hold on. What?
Okay, I assume you don't want to get food.
No.
Okay.
Bye, Scott.
Bye, Justin.
That was my roommate. Just asking for food. The usual. Nothing crazy. But, anyways, so, like, this thing, even if for some reason it does have the same speed as we do with our Unburden and whatnot up, we just go into Talk Specs immediately afterwards, and neither of these moves will even touch Talk Specs. Even at +6, Talk Specs are just going to kind of stare at it, click Haze, and continue to stare at it as it watches all of its hopes and dreams die. So that's cool. And the last move I brought is Sticky Web. So
you're good. Keep going. I'm just
if
taking
I have
drugs.
It's fine. Oh, perfect. Drugs on my videos. Great.
I'm sick, so
no, it's totally cool. It's totally cool. I know you're not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna tell me something later. What? Did I say that out loud?
Cool. Anyway.
Drug humor.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, no, we have the sticky webs because if I see a scenario where where either A, I don't think I can sweep with Slurpuff, or B, I just find it to be most useful, I will just click sticky webs with this thing instead of trying to set up, because that way, the rest of our team can apply more pressure and really screw him up, because looking at his team, hazard removal-wise, he ain't doing too hot.
Yeah.
He's got potential for Defog Archeops. Funny.
Yeah, well,
Rapid Spin Hitmonlee.
Defog just murder you and knock you down to the feet.
Exactly. Rapid Spin Hitmonlee, which could be a thing, could come, but Yeah. It's a Hitmonlee. And then he has the potential for Defog Mega Altaria, which again, I feel like if he's going for that kind of role, like Defog, Heal Bell, Roost, Hyper Voice, he gets walled hard by Talk Specs, which is even better for me. No complaints here. I'll wall you with Talk Specs all day. I don't care. I have enough Toxics to stall you out of Heal Bells, so works for me, dude. But, yeah, this thing can get up some webs and apply more pressure. Oh, also he has Rapid Spin / Defog on Delibird, but I'm not gonna say the word. I did say the words earlier, but I'm not saying it anymore. That Delibird won't come because that's the moment the Delibird Whiscash came. So Delibird could come. I just don't think so because it's Delibird. Yeah. But
anyway.
Sticky Web could be really cool in this match. So
like we were doing calcs for a Mon later in team, and you're like, yeah, Delibird's not even coming, so I'm not even gonna care.
Yeah. So we're good. We're good. Plus Talk Specs again just walls Delibird hard, which is great.
Yep.
So the next Mon we have with us is the other mainstay of our team besides Talk Specs.
Yeah.
And that is A-Double, the Mega Gallade. Rocking a Swords Dance, Close Combat, Zen Headbutt, and Shadow Sneak set. This thing is here to literally rip his team in half. Basically, speed-wise, this thing is set to outpace Manaphy. The reason for that is because I don't want to risk speed ties with Archeops. I'm not about that life. And I can't outspeed Weavile or Salazzle. So I'm obviously not going to waste any extra EVs there. So let's just outspeed the Manaphy and call it a day. And basically, if we can get up to +2, I don't say we win because that's not true. He has plenty of ways I can beat it, but based upon what I think he will bring, I think we have a much better chance because we can live a hit from Weavile and take that thing out. That's not a problem. Archeops, Basically, I'm banking on him being weak enough. I'm banking on him taking at least a little bit of damage before we face off, and I'm doing it again. See, this is twice now that I've tried to bring up calcs, and it just started typing in the mon that I wanted immediately. Like I'm just in a weird spot right now. It's fine. We got this. All right. So we're going to see what a +2 Shadow Sneak does to a Archeops. So +2 Shadow Sneak to an offensive Archeops does 50.5 to 59.7%. Meaning that if we can get up an SD, if he has up Archeops, we can knock that thing into Defeatist.
Live, hopefully, whatever.
So I think it's below. Yeah. So if we will knock him below 50%, which means that his acrobatics at most will be doing 71 to 84%. So obviously we'd have to be at full. But at that point we get the guaranteed 2-hit KO, and like if he has something else on his team that's faster than this and it gets to kill it, that's fine. Yeah. Whatever. But this thing did its job of knocking the Archeops into Defeatist, and that's what we really wanted. So that's cool. And between Zen Headbutt and Close Combat, we pretty much just blow through the rest of his team. Simple as that. Nothing particularly wants to take either of those hits. And if it wants to take one of them, it doesn't take the other one. So,
yep. So
that's pretty cool.
That's Gallade.
That's our Gallade, yeah, absolutely. And the cool thing about this is, actually, this set's pretty scary when it comes to Ditto. We're only setting up an SD if Ditto's gone. Yes. That's making that a rule right now. I only click SD if Ditto is dead, because we don't have anything that beats this.
Or if Ditto doesn't come.
Or if Ditto doesn't come, he's insane.
Because we have a lot of setup.
We have a lot of solid setup. Literally, we just picked up a 6-mon sweep with a Crustle last week. This man's bringing Ditto. Yeah. He has to bring Ditto. If he doesn't...
With the expectation of Crustle.
With the expectation. We have now put it into everyone's mind that Crustle is always going to be there, and Crustle is a terrifying threat. Perfect.
I hope Crustle comes another week this year, so it comes in 6-0s again.
That way it can just be overall kill leader for the season.
Yeah, in 2 games. Anyway.
That's all he needs.
Yeah.
So this set's pretty cool. The next set is our secondary stop to a Ditto stealing Blacephalon in the Shield Hydreigon. Now, let's think back to that Blacephalon set. What does an Assault Vest Hydreigon think of a Flamethrower? What does it think of a Shadow Ball? What does it think of a Hidden Power Grass?
You liar. On here you put Choice Scarf.
Did I?
On your email to me you put Choice Scarf. Anyway.
What?
Regardless.
I might have been... Did I? I don't know what the fuck
well, regardless, yeah, but...
Regardless,
it does nothing.
Mistakes have been made. It does nada. So, that's the beauty of this Hydreigon, is it literally shuts down our Blacephalon, which is perfect, which kind of keeps Ditto at bay. So, we have 2 things that literally just say, hey, Ditto, don't take our Blacephalon, there's no point. You're wasting your time, and mine, and everyone else's. Because I think even at +2, our Blacephalon set does not 2-hit KO.
I was looking at the wrong week.
Oy. Jared.
Yeah.
And realistically, Assault Vested Hydreigon, outside of stopping Blacephalon, does fairly well against his team. Things like Manaphy, Salazzle, Gastrodon, Electivire if it's a special set, don't really do a lot to this thing, especially Hoopa just kind of gets walled out unless it has Focus Blast, and that means you have to hit Focus Blasts, and I mean, if you have my luck, you miss every one, so it's fine. Don't even click it. It's not worth it. But we have enough speed to outpace. I believe that is Hitmonlee. Yes, that is Hitmonlee. So we have enough speed to outpace Hitmonlee, so we can hit that thing with a Dragon Pulse, which will hurt a lot because we are max special attack, and Hydreigon is a strong boy. So we have the dual stab, Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse to hit everything fairly hard. I decided not to run Draco, mainly just because the -2 special attack allows our opponent to capitalize off of us very easily. Plus, he has the Mega Altaria, which, if it's already a Mega Evolved, is pretty much just a free swap into this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time, so I'm not huge fan of that.
Especially at -2, then obviously we have to swap out. And
and then he gets free setups and stuff, and like it's just annoying. It's just an annoying Pokemon to deal with, so I don't want to have to deal with it at all. So that's why we have the Flash Cannon, though, so that we can actually potentially catch that Mega Altaria on a switch-in, or if it's been whittled down a little bit, we can just kill it off if it tries to switch into us, which is nice. We can try to bluff a choice item earlier in the game if we really feeling frisky, which I'm always feeling frisky. Come on, you saw that Shell Smash play. I saw that eye roll. Don't give me that. I can see you. I can see the camera right there.
Anyway.
Sneaky boy. And then we obviously have the Fire Blast because he has a Ferrothorn. And it's a
Ferrothorn.
If you go into a battle against a Ferrothorn without any form of fire coverage...
Granted, we do have Blacephalon.
We do have Blacephalon. But it's just in case. And realistically, if you're doing it without fire coverage, you're doing it wrong.
Yep.
So... might as well. Plus, there's really nothing else on the set that was needed on the set. Like, I could have run Earth Power for Salazzle, but, like, at that point, like, Dragon Pulse and Dark Pulse do plenty to Salazzle because it's frail, and there's just nothing else that seems worth it, so screw it.
Yep.
So, yay, we have Hydreigon. And then our last Mon is going to be Undertaker, the Aerodactyl. We are running Max Attack, enough speed to outspeed that Weavile, and then the rest just kind of fell into our HP stat. So we are running. We have the Yachi Berry this week. Do we want to? No, Rocket doesn't matter. We're just gonna let's run Pressure.
Yachi is ice, right?
Yes, Yachi does reduce ice, and the reason we have that is so that an Ice Shard from Weavile, if he's feeling frisky enough to go for that Ice Shard, unless he's a Scarf Weavile. Again, if he's Scarf Weavile, again, crazy. But we'll still live a hit, but, like, it's going to be scarier because, like, he's probably going for Ice Skull Crash, and he's probably going to flinch us because the world hates me. Yeah. So, but we have this thing going on. This is going to be our Stealth Rock setter. Probably more than likely, depending on what he brings, our guaranteed lead to try to get our rocks up as early as possible because that's important in this game. And then this thing, like, whenever it sits on the field, it has a good chance of just picking up kills. Earthquake is important. Earthquake wasn't like a literally last minute change because I literally just found out. I literally just found out like about a half hour to 45 minutes ago, or however long ago it was. It was very recently that our opponent had swapped the Vikavolt for the Electivire, and prior to that we had Rock Slide because Rock Slide also hit the Vikavolt, so it seemed sensible. But now that he has a actually grounded electric type, and just overall, like, our other coverage moves do enough damage, especially when it comes to rocks in play, I decided to go with Earthquake so that we can actually OHKO the Electivire after rocks, which is nice. We have the Aerial Ace so that we can hit that Hitmonlee as hard as physically possible, and just so that we have something that's stab. And then we have Iron Head as our last move. Iron Head is important because it allows us to kill the Weavile after rocks, it allows us to kill the Archeops after rocks, and it allows us to guarantee to a KO the Mega Altaria.
Yeah, exactly. Alt doesn't like it. So.
Alt does not appreciate it at all, so it allows us to apply extra pressure to that thing. Just overall, like, Aerodactyl's a solid Mon. Like, most weeks it's pretty solid, and I think with the Yachi Berry, it can be a good lure to that Weavile, thinking like, oh hey, he's getting kind of whittled down. He's kind of in range of my Ice Shard. Gonna have to go ahead and kill him now. No, boo-boo. No, you die now. You die now, friend. No, goodbye. The Undertaker is pretty solid here, even up in his old age.
Yeah, our whole team is a lot more thought out than last week.
Yeah, definitely a lot more thought out and a lot more clear potential paths for victory than just Shell Smash Crustle is our only. Like, regardless of anything, like the jokes we made. Even though we knew Crustle was what ended up being our win con, that was pretty much our only win con and mindset going into the game.
No,
regardless.
like for real, it was
like that was legit.
Like literally, we were just like sitting here. I mean, if Crustle gets up a smell, I can't say
Shell Smash.
Smell.
He wins.
Smash. I hate myself.
We just both want to die. It's fine.
Anyway,
but Yeah, Undertaker. I just realized like an internal joke with having Aerodactyl named Undertaker. Besides the fact that it's like purplish and stuff, he's old as balls.
Oh, God.
He's a fossil, and Undertaker's old as balls. It's just, it's hilarious. He's. I wouldn't call Undertaker a fossil to his face, but here it is.
He's an old man. He's scary too.
Terrifying old man who makes lights flicker. So that's cool. But this has already gone longer than we intended, but that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're having a good time. I'm always having a good time. But that is going to be it for this team builder. The battle will more than likely go up later on today or tomorrow, depending on what my mood is. And yeah, that is wish us luck. Once again, I thank Jarrett for joining me for this lovely endeavor. Mm-hmm. And that I'm PokePrimer, signing off. Peace.